Welcome lads, today we're going to be building a squad, a really cheap squad that's just amazing for the start of FIFA. This team is not going to cost more than 16,000 coins now. There is one player on here that costs half the team. Now he can obviously be substituted in for a cheaper option, but I felt that he really was a game changer and really delivered on what I needed him to do. Now starting out in goal, there are actually two options you could have gone with, but I went with Vaughan. He's an 80 rated non-rare, not a bad player. You could have gone with Adrian. He's another solid BPL cheap goalkeeper. Now moving on to the defence, we had to go with some pretty solid players, and we went with firstly Johnny Evans because he's quick and there's really kind of a surprise. I was surprised by him, honestly. He's got good work rate. He's not pushing up. He's a very solid starter defender. And the other one who was pretty cheap, and I thought he'd be a lot more expensive because of all the stuff that's been in the news about him, is John Stones. He's a 77 non-rare card, and once again I got a quick defence. Not that you need really a quick defence in this year's FIFA because there's just been so much talk about the pace not being a thing, and we'll see what really happens with that. But the centre backs are solid in this team. Now moving on to left back, we've got another just amazing player, honestly. Kind of was surprised how good he was. Like really solid defensively, and that's really what I was looking for, is to really have a solid back four so I wasn't going to be conceding goals. Now, over on the right back, he used to be a really good footballer in this game, and he's kind of dropped off Glenn Johnson, but once again he's fast-ish and he's pretty good, honestly, and he's got 77 pace, 75 defending. The only problem with him is those work rates. High attacking and low defensive, you are going to have trouble because like the Dani Alves's of the world, he is going to be pushing up. But as long as you understand that and you know that he's going to be pushing up and you compensate for it, you'll be good to go. Now moving on to the centre mids, I believe the first centre mid actually is a CDM. He plays for West Ham. He is Konate. Best player, midfield player I've used this year's FIFA on the cheap side of things. Just an absolute god. 87 physical. He just runs up and down the pitch, defending, attacking, you name it. He's quick. He's just a solid player. I wish his shooting was a bit higher, but not a problem because he's that defensive rock you really need. Now moving on to Cam, a player I personally have never used and was really surprised how good he was, is Bojan. Absolute god. And as we look at his stats right quick, he's got the 4-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot, high-low work rates, which is just great in that position, just stays forward. Pretty cheap, honestly, 1,600 coins right now. Just an amazing player. Another non-rare centre mid we've got is injured man, Jack Wilshere. You know, he went down from last year. Last year I think he was an 82 rated rare card, now an 81 rated non-rare. Amazing. On the non-rare side, just amazing. The midfield is just so stellar. You got the Rock Konate, Bojan, the tricky Spaniard, and you got Wilshere just going up and down the pitch, no problem whatsoever. Now we're going to the front three. Over on the right is the really expensive player I talked about. Now, obviously, there are so many other options. He's a right mid, I think, actually. I don't think he's a right wing. Not 100% sure on that because he's not there. He must be. Yes. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Why I decided to go with him? Well, I'll tell you. He's got that pace. He's got that skill moves. He's got that weak foot. He's just an overall just amazing player. And he's, you know, I didn't play that many games with him, but I felt that the one I played with him, he was just an absolute boss. He's sprinting, he's crossing, should have had more goals than he has on his stats because the goalie was just playing on another level, which you will see later. But he's just an amazing player, and if you don't have the coins for him, there's other options. You know, you got Thouvrin, I think the French Newcastle player. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce it. He's another good option you could have gone on the cheaper side. Now moving on to striker, little West Ham player, hit the wrong button there. Valencia. You could go Defoe, you could go Giroud, all good options, but I felt Valencia, I preferred to have the higher pace, and I think Valencia is one of those kind of beasts, really. 85 pace, 75 shooting, great work rates, and that's really what I liked about him, is those work rates. You know, work rates, high attacking, low defensive, he's always up the pitch. And the last player, and I think he's a left mid, but I'm not 100% sure, is a player that really is playing above what he should be. 76 rated Victor Moses. Oh my days, is this guy amazing. He's quicker than he says he is. He's got the skills, he's got the weak foot, he's got decent work rates, he's got the dribbling. He's just an amazing player, and for such a cheap price too. 700 coins, you cannot go wrong with Victor Moses. By far the standout performer of this whole team. Bojan was good, Valencia was good, Alex Oxlade was good, Wilshere was good, the defence was solid. The goalie didn't really make many saves, but still, Moses, absolutely on another level. You're building a BPL starter squad, you need to have Moses in your team, or, unless you've got loads of coins. Moses, on the cheap, best left mid I've played with. Anyways, that's the team. Now, let's just jump into a game right quick. Jumping into the match here, we're coming up against a pretty weird team. Probably one of his first games of FIFA this year, because there are just a lot of weird players in weird positions. So it shouldn't be too difficult, considering we've got a 400 chem team and a pretty solid team out there. But you never know, we got incredibly lucky there. I mean, he passes it backwards. The passing in this game is just so, well, you just got to think. And that's a good shot by Valencia there. Probably not going to go in. Olga definitely had a game and a half, let's just say that. And Coate here just absolutely bossed it. Great little move. Great pass to Ox. Plays in Johnson. And I talked about his positioning. And it's great and all when he's scoring a goal. But it's not great and all when they're just absolutely destroying you down the right because he's trying to score goals. Valencia gets in here, and frankly, as you'll see in a minute, I don't understand how he doesn't score. I may have to revisit him playing in this team because that was just absolutely pathetic. He just kept passing it to me, and you know, Valencia does a lovely bit of movement there and probably should score that, but once again, Alder, great save. And at half time, we really did have a complete domination on him. 60% possession, he had no shots on target, we had 7 on target and we only had 2 goals. Not a great conversion rate, but hopefully in the second half we're able to pull through. And I like Valencia's pace here, comes inside, plays a lovely quick ball into Bojan, who plays a lovely ball into Moses, who does a lovely move, and I don't know how that doesn't go in. Like, that is absolutely stellar play by everyone involved. Valencia plays it into Bojan or Bojan or however you pronounce it. Great goal by Bojan, absolutely smashing it. And at 3-0, Oxlade tries to score. Oxlade tried to score multiple times and was just denied. Get a really lucky penalty there. Probably the most undeserved penalty you can probably say, but still, at the end of the day, you just got to put them away. And I had the ball with Victor Moses, and would he do it? No, he won't. Goalie went the wrong way, just missed it. We're 3-0 up, it's not really the end of the world. And Moses makes his guy miss. I mean, he was just such a great dribbler. That's what I love the most about him. Plays a great ball into Bertrand, who just shut the shot down. And what a shot. What is going on there? How is that not in? What a save. Great run by Oxlade. Anyways, that's the end of this video. Make sure you drop a like, drop a comment, follow me on Twitter, @FIFA Wisdom, and make sure you subscribe so you catch all my videos. And I'm out. Bye-bye.